Live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub. I'm full of water. I stay hot tub. I stay very hot. I stay hot tub. Hot tub. Gonna get
Whoa!
I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rub a dub in the hot tub. Rub a dub with me. Shake in the hot tub.
Get in the hot
Really
tub!
make me sweat.
Yeah!
Shake in the hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me wet.
Yeah! Well. Chad Mitchell is the first one. Can you hear me?
I need my
Can you hear me now?
headphones
Can you
turned
hear me
down.
now?
Oh, I heard you. I need my headphones turned down. It's way too loud.
Is that better?
No,
Is that
it's better, but it's
I
still
think I have
loud.
everything too loud.
I don't know. There's a little adjustment. Oh, there it goes. Whichever one. I think that one right there. There you go. Perfect.
New equipment,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Man,
We had been
about
so long, I have
blasted
done.
my ears off. And good morning.
Hello. I got to get mine right now. Which one is this? Let's check this. Oh,
Monday morning, trying to get your act together.
After a 5-day vacation.
Great
5-day
spring
vacation. Who had a 5-day
break.
vacation?
Baby, I'm done. I'm getting ready to have I'm starting. My roommate in college is in Colorado, laughing at me. I said, "What do you?" He says, "Do you not understand? You're not going to get this time back. You got your health now, as far as you know, and you're not traveling. You're not coming with us doing anything because you're locked into the show." And he's right. I mean, we're in the fourth quarter, Big Chad. You're not far behind. You're about like the third. You're the beginning of the third quarter.
Here we go.
Wildcats in overtime. Wildcat made it to overtime. I don't think he's on, his game's almost over.
You love this show, though.
I'm
That's why
kicking
you
sand in their face is what I'm doing.
I'm getting ready to enjoy life. What I'm getting ready to do.
Your headphones are going to come
So
up.
anyway, 104.3 ESPN Northwest. Be careful driving this morning. Kids are back, right? The kids are back today, right? School, the spring break is over for Bay County.
I don't know.
It is.
I don't have any kids. So.
Yeah, so be careful driving. Hey, did you hear about this? I love this, man. Crystal Bullock. You know Crystal? I love her mother. Her mother worked, Angie Smith, carpenter. She worked at Arnold High School with us. Her baby girl just got a big promotion. She'll be starting down at the county office on June 6th. 15 years in the classroom. You know who her husband is? Famous guy, Chad. We're live. You know who her husband is?
No.
He's the principal at Mosley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know who his dad is? He was the principal at Mosley. His mom and dad, wonderful people, loving the Bullocks. I see them at J. Michaels all the time, so I'm so happy for Crystal. She will do an incredible job. Congratulations on your promotion. You will do a wonderful job. For Bay District Schools, pumped up about that. Spring breaks in full blast. Be careful. I think Jim Brandt got his car. Listen to this. I think Jim Brandt got his car totaled last night. Spring breakers. I think. Yeah.
Not good.
So spring break is really good, makes a lot of money for us, but it can be very dangerous. So be careful driving, especially at night.
Wasn't he driving a rental car anyway?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I just know they got in a wreck last night and don't know all the
I hope
details.
he's okay. He's okay, Brad.
I will.
I mean, considering
All things. Yeah, I guess he's okay. We'll know more tomorrow. If he shows up, we know he's not okay if he's there. But I tell you what's okay. We got one of the top coaches in the southeastern United States. South Walton baseball is incredible. But it wouldn't have happened without this young man. Pat, do we got Pat? We got Nick?
Yeah.
Is
Hey,
Nick?
Coach.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, good morning, man. Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir. Could not be better. Did you have a good spring break?
We did. We played a game Tuesday, a midday game, and then we had the second half of the week off. We came back, had a little open hit yesterday evening, getting ready for the upcoming week. We got a big week of baseball.
Well, let's go back. That tournament you had, we talked to some of the other coaches that were in it. Some great competition. How did it go? Did you guys come out on top? Did you make a little bit of money? Did everybody enjoy it? Everything go pretty smoothly?
Absolutely. South Walton Showdowns turned into a national tournament. We've got teams from all over the Southeast and teams from out West wanting to come in next year. But very pleased with the way the tournament ran. We had outstanding support from our parent group, and it just flowed flawlessly. All the coaches who came and really enjoyed it, they want to come back. It's getting so big, we're having to be kind of picky who we invite because we want these nationally ranked teams come in that have prospects. Had tons of pro scouts and college scouts at the games, but the games flowed. The teams competed, lots of one-run games. Some of the top baseball in the country. We came out 1-2. We beat IMG Academy Thursday night. Took a tough loss Wednesday against Winter Park, where we had the lead late in the seventh. And then same thing Friday night. We took a tough loss against Magnolia Heights out of Mississippi, 7-time defending state champions. We needed one more pitch to get out of a jam, and they hit a 3-run homer against us. But we had a few home runs ourselves, and absolutely, it was a great tournament. We enjoy playing that top-tier competition. You got to be on your toes at all times.
I want to go back to that great school in Mississippi. And people don't realize how good college baseball is at all three of those universities. Southern Mississippi's an outstanding baseball program where I went, and Ole Miss has won a national championship a couple years back. Mississippi State's won a national championship. High school baseball is big. There's not a whole lot to do in the great state of Mississippi. It's play sports, and baseball is huge there. And that team you play is really like an all-star team. They're always good. They're always good. What was the score of that game?
Wound up being, we were up 4-0 in the last inning. We were up 4. They had a leadoff home run. We had a hit batter, a single, and then they came back and scored a couple more. It wound up being 4-3. Quincy Pratt kid hit a 3-run homer late in the game with 2 outs in the 7th. I mean, you know, we got guys pitching and competing their tails off, you know, throwing the ball in the mid-90s. And these guys are just all over it. It's unbelievable. They play high-level competition. But back to Mississippi baseball, Coach, I'll tell you what, there was a 24-month period where I think Ole Miss won a national championship, or Mississippi State won it first. Ole Miss won it. Pearl River, junior college, they won the national championship. Really passionate baseball fans in Mississippi. We like playing those types of teams. They bring big crowds. I mean, it seems like the whole school comes in with them. We brought Lewisburg, Mississippi over as well. Both those teams were well represented in that tournament. But I want to shout out to Mosley, who was the host side on Friday. Arnold was the host side on Saturday. I just want to thank those guys for helping Coach Lee and Coach Jones for helping us make that tournament possible. We had to move a couple games around because of the weather. But overall, great tournament. Pleased to host it, and it's getting lots of attention.
All right, how many more weeks do we have until the district and then the playoffs begin? How are we getting closer?
Coach, I told my guys this the other day, we have 3 weeks left of the regular season. So
I can't believe that. It's flown by.
It has. You know, they started the season earlier this year, a week earlier, February, and also, it's only 9 weeks. The high school season went from 10 weeks to 9 weeks this year, and that's because they're trying to push the playoff series 2 out of 3 each week in the playoffs, for 3 weeks until the Final Four. So they extended the playoffs with the best 2 out of 3, which I'm a big fan of. I really I'm happy with the Florida High School Athletic Association for making that happen. I just wish they would go on and extend it through the state championship.
Well, how do you feel about it? You got 3 weeks to go. Do you feel like everything's going to play pretty good for you guys? You get a good run in this thing?
Yeah, I challenged my guys last time I talked to them and told them, hey, each game is the most important game of the season. We play tonight. We play a team out of Alabama, Edgewood Academy, and we got to be ready to go. These guys can really hit. We got to be ready to compete, make pitches, and finish the game. That's my message for the second half. Finish these close games, learn how to finish and compete for 21 outs, and hopefully the Seahawks come out on top. We do those little things right. Tuesday night we play Arnold. Big rivalry game. You know, we got the win the first time we played them, but they're on a hot streak. I think they won 4 or 5 games in a row. They played some really good competition in that tournament, and they've been winning the close games. So we got to be ready to go Tuesday night. Friday, we head to Tallahassee. Friday, we get out of school a little early. We're going to head over and play McClay High School Friday night, and then stay the night over. And Saturday morning, we play Lincoln High School out of Tallahassee. So we've got a busy week of baseball. We're competing, and excited to go. So these 3 weeks are going to fly by, though. I told the guys, I said, hey, don't blink because you're going to look up. We're going to be getting ready for a district tournament.
Well, what's your overall record right now?
Right now, we're 11-3.
Okay. 11-3, 3 weeks to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, you know, we lost a couple games, so we're a couple games behind a lot of teams because we've had 2 rainouts, but we're trying to reschedule those last week of the season.
Yeah. Now, wasn't the first game played at your place, the Arnold game?
No, sir. We played in Panama City Beach.
Oh, okay.
In Arnold, first round. So we're at South Walton tomorrow night.
You think it'll be a pretty good crowd? Arnold will probably travel pretty well.
I hope so. You know, they're on a hot streak. We're bouncing back out after spring break tournament. We have youth night that night, so we invite all the youth in the community. Anybody can come out. Any of the kids. We love to host that and let the kids come out on the field before the game and run around and enjoy being under the lights. And then we'll strap it on and get ready to go against Arnold.
Nick, this is not baseball, but I want to keep you on just a second and get your opinion on this. I was saying, now you're younger though, so it probably won't affect you like it is me, but I'm really heartbroken. George Foreman dies at 76 years old. I mean, back when I was growing up, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, those really were the three, and there was some more. I mean, Ken Norton, there were some other ones, but those three were like legends. And if you've ever watched the movie on George Foreman, they did a movie on his life story. It's incredible. Yeah, but it's sad that he passed away, 76 years old, a really great Christian man. He sold, I don't know, over $100 million worth of grills, George Foreman grills or something like that. It's incredible. But how old do you remember these guys? Are you too young?
Absolutely. No, sir. I'm in my mid-40s, but I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and boxing was a big deal. You know, George Foreman, Mike Tyson. My favorite was Roy Jones Jr. Out of Pensacola. But back to George Foreman, you know, he was a great man and a great TV spokesman, sold a lot of grills. But I remember, didn't George Foreman win the heavyweight title late in his career?
Like 42 years old, I think. Wasn't he 42?
Yeah, 42 years old, I believe. Yeah. And that just amazed me that a man, you know, middle-aged man go in and win the heavyweight title. But that's just a tribute to how good a boxer he was, but even better man, like you said.
Great man. Well, listen, buddy, I appreciate you coming on. I know you're busy. We'll talk to you next Monday. Good luck. We're going to talk to you. Hey, you might want to listen to it. We'll try to set you up for Coach Jones. He's easy to pull the rug over him. So listen up. We'll get him talking bad about you.
Well, we'll be ready to go Tuesday night. Excited to host.
All right, buddy. Thank you, sir. Talk to you later, buddy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Coach Brothwick, I'll tell you what, I love that guy. Great coach, great program. South Walton, that's going to be a big game, Arnold. I don't know who he's going to pitch. I should ask him who's going to pitch, and we'll ask Coach Jones who they're going to go with. But speaking of Arnold, we ran into Arnold legends. I talked to Paul Christos. What day was it? I think it was Saturday. I love Paul. But we're sitting there, and I look over at this table. It's like this Hall of Fame of Arnold. Garrison Baker. Jared Hale, Thomas Ray.
Where were you at?
I just said Christos 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for listening. Christos. And
Is that where you were
listen,
at?
Yes, where I was at. That's where I was at. Don't ask me what I was doing. Anyway, but not only Thomas Ray, the first guy that ever scored the first touchdown ever scored in Arnold history. Jared owns all the records, passing, touch, all this stuff, and Garrison's unbelievable. All those guys, but the one that just stood out was Brian Norman. Brian Norman was there. I mean, that was like, dang,
he was coaching
man.
him up.
And he was, he had people, he was telling all kinds of stories about Arnold baseball, how he's got it rolling and everything. It's amazing. But I think Coach Jones is the head coach over there, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, anyway, I won't say anything. No.
Hopefully he's listening right now.
I'll just bust their butt.
He's chuckling a little bit.
Hopefully we get back. We got the legendary Coach Jones. The guy's done an incredible job. Ever since he's been to Arnold, he's turned it into a powerhouse. And it wasn't that way before he got here, but he's doing a great job. Chris Jones, Arnold baseball coach. Hopefully we'll get him back here in a second at 7:15. Let's talk to some of our wonderful people. I want to start out with the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Went down there yesterday, had a great lunch, saw some great people down there. You can tell spring break's there. It's been packed out lately. They got the best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. Red beans and rice is a special day. Go check it out. It's outstanding. Donna's going to be there. Carla will be there also. We'll be down at J. Michael's around 11 o'clock. For your convenience, do you want to feel better? Do you want to be just comfortable and sleep great? Your environment has to be just perfect. You got to set that temperature where you want it, and it's got to get there quickly and stay there for a long time. This can happen with Stevenson Air Conditioning. We're going to get we get our service every June and every December. So it's getting closer for us to get our service. Our power bill is low as it's ever been because we went with Jason, we went with a local company. Stevenson Air Conditioning's number one. It's not even close. Don't even think about some national brand. Go with locals that take care of you, that lived here. Stevenson Air Conditioning throughout the Panhandle of Florida. They're there for you anytime, day or night. They're definitely number one at what they do. Also, guess where I was at? Julie and I went down and had lunch. The local 115.
So you went on the other side of the tracks.
Ooh, baby, it was something special, man.
There's a lot going on down there this weekend.
You know what she had? She had the crab cakes. That's the best I've had.
Oh, man.
Their crab, you will not get better crab cakes than anywhere than local 115.
And you are a gumbo aficionado.
I didn't get gumbo. You know what I got?
You didn't eat gumbo?
That dip.
Wait a
that
minute.
Tuna, the dip and chips. I dipped in chips. I was a dipper. It was good.
You are a dip.
I sat there and watched those basketball games, eating some good foods at local 115, historical downtown Panama City. And I'll shut up. We'll get Coach Jones on the field.
No, you're not. You're not going to shut up.
We'll be right back. And if you hadn't heard yet, the legendary George Foreman, they're all in heaven right now talking about the old days when they used to fight one another.
Making burgers.
Yep. I hope Muhammad's okay. We'll be right back.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida presents the madness of college basketball. 68 teams, 32 conference champions. But there can only be one. ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for the NCAA College Basketball Tournament.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and mostly clouds and a high of 69 with a gentle breeze around 10 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, a mixture of slight fog and some clouds with lows around 63. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 73. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover Kia at Bill Bird Kia. The road is yours. Let spring adventures begin in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and check out the 2025 SUV family. Take a test drive and see the all-new features that elevate any adventure. And now offering 1.9% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sportage. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia, We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust at Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sportage, $1,748 per month per 1,000 financed in 60 months. Quantities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. Not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 4/30/25.
From on the Auburn Sports Network. Alpha Insurance presents Auburn Sports Today. Here's Brad Law.
Auburn basketball is headed back to the Sweet 16. The Tigers took down Creighton behind a powerhouse scoring performance from the backcourt. Tahad Pettiford poured in 23 points to lead the way for Bruce Pearl's club.
But when you go up against drop coverage, obviously you're going to be able to get a ball screen and you're going to be able to turn corners. Creighton does a great job of funneling everybody to the rim, to the shot blocker. Combination of we try to put a body on the shot blocker on the backside so he couldn't rotate over. And then when he did rotate over, those guys, particularly Tahad, Chad, Denver had a big bucket late. We're able to get in the lane and make buckets. And then we had some backside rebounding there to take advantage of the shot blocking. So it was a very simple game plan. Stephen Pearl had the scout tonight, and he had an absolutely masterful game plan. Particularly, Stephen was focused on the defensive end, just really, really good. I know it didn't look like it in the first half, but banging all those threes, but I thought we, obviously held a really good offensive team to 70 points and to hold them to, the shooting percentage in the second half of 42%, 23% from three was huge. And then Mike Burgermaster, my offensive coordinator, we had a real good feel for, depending upon where the big fella, who he was guarding, about what actions that we wanted to run to be able to get open shots and to be able to get downhill.
Auburn meets Michigan Friday in Atlanta. Stay tuned for more information this week about some special programming ahead of that Sweet 16 matchup against the Wolverines. Until tomorrow, I'm Brad Law for Auburn Sports Today.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey. Join me weekdays starting at 11 for the Inside Drive. The latest sports stories, the biggest reactions, and even sports betting right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
I can't get none. I never do. Love that satisfaction.
Yeah,
what about you, Doc Mitchell? You satisfied?
Sure, I went fishing Saturday.
Did you get a lot?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Any size?
They were pretty good size. I mean, we caught triggers and some mangrove
freshwater or saltwater. I didn't hear what he caught.
Triggers.
I didn't hear what he caught.
Triggers are in Lake Okeechobee. Oh, you could hear him. Oh, man. He was saltwater bass fishing. What I heard.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Anyway, we got Coach.
Do you guys not fish?
Yeah. I hadn't fished in a long time. We were Lake Wells. I used to do a lot of bass fishing, and then went to Southwest Florida on the Gulf Coast over there in Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Never fished. I hadn't fished in, it might be 30 years. I don't know. Do you mind if we talk to Coach Jones now?
Yeah, we need to. Yeah.
We got him on the phone?
Absolutely.
The one and only, the California Flash. He gets over here and turns this program around. Coach, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
How was your spring break? Did you get some things accomplished like you wanted? How'd it go?
Well, it's never long enough, speaking as a teacher and someone who used to be a student. It's never long enough, right?
I hear you.
It was nice. We played 2 games early in the week and then gave them some days off, including myself, gave us some days off to try and refresh a little bit. So it was a nice week for us.
That's awesome, man. We just had Coach on, South Walton. Nick was on, and he says, you guys are hot right now. He said it's going to be a game Tuesday at I believe it's at their place. You guys travel pretty well. It should be a huge crowd. Like when you guys get together, there's always huge crowds. But let's go back what he was talking about. He said you guys are hot right now. What is he talking about? Tell us what you guys have done lately. Who's been playing well?
Okay, well, we won 5 in a row. We played 2 games last week. We played Mariana on Tuesday. We were able to squeak that one out 2-1. We only got 3 hits on the day, but 2 of them came in the bottom of the 6th. Eli Blair with a double with 1 out, and then Austin Hendricks followed that with an RBI single to give us the lead 2-1. Excuse me, Jackson Ross pitched really well, started for us through 6+ innings, struck out 7, only 3 hits and 1 run, and then Austin Hendricks, who got the RBI single, came in and closed the game out in the 7th and struck out what we thought was their best hitter, probably, or at least their hottest hitter at the time, with the tying run at second base and 2 outs in the 7th. So we were able to sneaked that one out. A lot of credit to their pitcher. He kept the ball down, threw a lot of strikes, just did a really nice job keeping us off balance and frustrated us all day, including the coaching staff a little bit. But we were able to pull that one out. And then next morning, really early in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, seemed really early, we played Silverdale Academy from Tennessee, and it's a good quality club from Tennessee, and we were able to win that one 10-2 after we got to their bullpen some. But they scored 2 in the first off of Eli Blair on a couple errors, and so they were ahead 2-1, and then our hitting took over a little bit. We got 11 hits total that day. All but one starter got at least 1 hit. Cooper Moss hit a 2-run home run. Mason Lehman with 2 hits. Josh Lindsay with 2 hits. He's starting to heat up for us. So it was a nice end of the spring break week kind of a game there when we thought it'd be a very competitive game and have our work cut out for us. But we were able to score some runs and get to their bullpen. And when they got to their bullpen, we were able to add to the lead and make it look a little less competitive than the game probably was. But we won that one 10-2. So now we're sitting at 12-5 overall. Like you said, we won 5 in a row after Britt Smith gave a talk to the boys a couple weeks ago, and so his speaking engagement prices have gone up every time we play. So we're doing all right. We got 3 tough ones this week. We got 3 playoff teams this week. We're playing at Bay tonight. You mentioned we're playing at South Walton tomorrow at 6:30 at their place. Bay tonight at 6:30 at their place also. And then Thursday we have Bozeman at our place at 7 o'clock. So there's no rest for the wicked this week. It's definitely going to be a week to test us some more, and we'll see how we do.
Wow, I mean, really, they should be healthy. They should have their legs up under them. Should be rested up, ready to go, finish up strong. But that's 3 tough ones in a row right there. Let's Bay High School. He's got that thing rolling over there. But before we get, before we get out of here, I got to talk about South Walton. When you played them the first time, we lost that game. Now we're going over there. How do we match up against them?
Well, it's tough to match up against them for anybody. They're an incredibly talented team. They're a very good team. But we're always confident going to play them. It's a lot of fun to play them. We've been 2 of the better teams in the area, this Panhandle-ish area for the last few years. And it's just a lot of fun to test your mettle against theirs. I feel like, don't quote me, but I feel like we play better at their place than we do at ours when we play them for some reason. We have our better games there, and certainly when we played them early this year, that's the game we made 7 errors and just didn't give ourselves a chance at all. And so I think hopefully we have the mindset to go back there and show what we really are, and win or lose, at least play the game the way we're capable of. And we do that, it'll be one heck of a game, and whoever goes will probably get their money's worth, because it's pretty good baseball. I mean, all week we're playing really good baseball. So I think that's at South Walton. They got some arms. They got some pitching that makes our pitching almost look pedestrian also. We have great pitching, but so do they. And there's going to be more scouts there than fans sometimes, but it's a pretty impressive environment and a lot of fun to play there. And we certainly get up to play them. And hopefully like I said, we'll show up and play our game, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. If we play like we're capable of, then we feel like we got as good a chance as anybody.
Can't wait. This week's going to be really something. Bay High School, then we got South Walton, and then Bozeman. That's 3 tough ones in a row. Coach, I want to thank you so much for coming in. Keep up the great work. We'll talk to you next Monday. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. All right, Dr. Chad Mitchell, what's the best way to get up with you? I mean, Chad Mitchell is incredible. This will be his 26 years on Bay County sidelines. Cheryl Otter, she's married now. We grew up together in Montgomery. I can't say her name because she's one of your patients, but say a friend from Montgomery called and just went on and on about you, and really pleased. I was at a party. I told you about this. Another young man, big guy, walked up telling me you're going to be doing surgery on him. People come around from all over, and you can do one thing about Chad. He can do it the old-fashioned way. He can do robotic surgery. He's trained every way he can be trained. We were talking. Jim Brandt and I were talking. You had come on Monday. It was Labor Week. There was a picture of Jeremy Hester, myself, in Applebee's, and they closed down. So somehow we got the picture, but I think Jim's wife got it. But anyway, we told everybody the story about that. If you would not have worked on him, he was done. There were other doctors said, you're done with your football. You can't play because of his back. And his life would never have been what it is right now if he wouldn't have got that scholarship to Southern Mississippi. And Chad said there's a way. He got him where he could play. He saved his career. He played as a true freshman at South Carolina. Yeah, at South Carolina, at Nebraska, as a freshman. When he was told 10 months earlier, or maybe 12 months earlier, that he'll never play again, but you got him back on the field. What's the best way can they get those magical hands, and that beautiful brain? Where can we get it? Where do we have to go? What do we have to do?
Call Southern Orthopedic. Southern Orthopedic. That's the old one. Call Orthopedic Associates. See, you got me frustrated. Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Now, Wildcat, don't get pumped up too excited. You got to have something to work with. I mean, when you get a certain age, your body's kind of falling apart. It's maybe too late. Is it ever too late?
I hope not.
All right. We can go see him then.
Good. That's good news. That's something to look forward to.
If you're looking for a roof, Kyle Vandergrift does an incredible job. You know, they design, they build commercial, residential. They do it all. But I tell you what I want them to do is put a new roof on. You want a roof, you got any kind of damage from these storms, and we're in the hurricane, not hurricane, but we're also in tornado season right now.
Springtime,
yeah. So we know we're gonna have some rough weather going ahead. Hopefully, pray to God we don't. But if we do, and some kind of damage is done, or you've got one old, you got to go with somebody local. You got to somebody you can trust. You got to do somebody who does an incredible job. That's Kyle Vandergrift. That's TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They're number one at what they do. Chad Mitchell's number one at what he does. Wildcat's number two at what he does. So make sure if
I've been called number two a lot.
Yeah, he's about number two. Yeah, I would say something like that. But TK Vandy Roofing, that's who you want to go with. You want to get a new roof. They do incredible work. Don't forget that Kyle Vandergrift's incredible. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're going to talk a little bit more about our legendary boxers that have passed away. And then we'll talk about FSU. Wow. Chad Mitchell, Wildcat. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Ready for a great deal? It's ready, set, go time at Panama City Toyota, where you can get 3.99% APR on the perfect combination of sport and utility in the new RAV4, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 1.99% on the ruggedly refined Tacoma, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. And get 1.99% on a new Tundra, named the best resale value in its class by Kelley Blue Book. Ready, set, go.
Offer ends March 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio. The Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo-hoo! FSU Update is brought to you by the legendary Mrs. Newbies. Get out to one of the 4 great locations. Newbies 2 on the Curve. Go watch all the, March Madness. Watch college baseball. Watch anything you want right there. Newbies 2 on the Curve. Head on down to the mothership. Listen to the best bands in the Southeast every single night for your pleasure. All you spring breakers, you're going to be there and you know it. Just behave yourself and have a great time. Again, if you hadn't heard, the legendary George Foreman, 76 years old. He won 2 heavyweight championships. The Ali fight was unbelievable. The Joe Frazier, when he almost killed Joe Frazier. The legends are gone. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, and now George Foreman. Again, he sold grills later in his life, the George Foreman grill. He sold, I think, over 100 million of those.
You know, he sold that George Foreman Grill Company. He sold that out many, many years ago.
Yeah,
to somebody.
he was incredible. He was such a good person.
A little bit or changed it or something like that.
You can look up his life story. We went to the theater and saw it. Jared and I went and saw it, and then we rented it at home when it came out there. But his life story was incredible, incredible. So that'd be a great movie to watch. What's your favorite George Foreman fight? I was shocked when he beat. I'll never forget when he beat Frazier. Frazier looked like he was unbeatable, the toughest man, probably pound for pound ever, and he was a champion. Foreman beats him. Then he had the next. I don't know, it was the next fight, maybe 2 fights. Larry fights Muhammad Ali. That thing was built up unbelievable. The rope-a-dope. Ali gets a big win. The shocks everybody throughout the world. But Foreman, a good Christian man, he was a preacher later in his life. What was it to you? What was his favorite fight for you?
I'm trying to remember. It's the one where he won the champion
at 42.
Champ at 42,
yeah.
And I'm trying. I can't remember who it was fighting.
Who was he fighting in that one? You remember? I can't remember who it was.
I'm trying to find it right now.
We got a phone caller. Maybe he'll know. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good. This is Jim from Arkansas.
Boy, hey. What about them Arkansas Pig Suey, baby? You know that 12.2 million people watched that game when they beat St. John's? Unbelievable.
Well, everybody was rooting for St. John's. I made a ton of money on that one because, of course, you know I took and then we got points too. I was going to tell you something about George Foreman's grill. You may or may not know this. You know that was offered to Huck Hogan first.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I just found that out yesterday. I was playing golf with my son. He told me that.
What was the deal? Why didn't Hulk want? Why didn't he want it? Not enough money? What did he think?
Yeah, he didn't think it was going to be a good deal, so he turned it down. So I think at that time they had the same agent, so they offered it to George, and he said, yeah, he'd take it.
Look what happened.
You know, he named all his kids George, too.
Yeah.
5 of them. 5 of them named George.
George first, George second, George third, fourth, fifth. Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you about the Arkansas. You know, we got McFarland back, so that helps our team. And
they look good. Man, they look good.
They did, and I'll be glad when Thursday comes.
Texas Tech, baby. Texas Tech.
Yeah, well, we used to play them back in the Southwest Conference, if you'll recall.
Yeah.
We were the only team outside of Texas in that conference at the time.
Let me ask you this. Why is there so much hate? I saw all this all this stuff on Facebook. Every time a SEC team would lose, they were making all kind of negative comments about SEC overrated and just bad mouth, being ugly towards the SEC. They got 7 teams in the final, in the Sweet 16, 7 of them from the SEC. So what's the hate? Is it jealousy because your school's not that good? Is it the conference your school's in? What is it? Why do they hate the SEC so much?
Because the SEC and the Big Ten are the best 2 conferences in all of sports anyway. And they just, and we have so many teams, like you know, we had, I think it was 17 teams actually playing in the tournament.
It was 14.
14, yeah.
Which was a record. It's a record. And now they have a new record. The most Sweet 16 teams from one conference in history, SEC, was 7. Now, let me go ahead. Go ahead.
They do that in football, too, and they do it in baseball because, Arkansas and Tennessee are top ranked in the college baseball right now. And I forget how many teams we got in the top 25.
Yeah.
So it's just Southeast Conference is a school. And it was a lot better before they started up paying these players to play. I remember back when I went to school, you were lucky to get a scholarship. My scholarship was based on me emptying the coach's trash can every day.
I like it.
Hey, you know what, though? I will give the Big Ten credit. They own us in football right now. They won back-to-back national championship. I'll give them credit for that. But basketball looks like we'll see now. We still have 2 weeks to go. We'll find out who wins it all. But I feel pretty good about the SEC right now. Baseball, I feel really good about baseball. But let me go. Mississippi State got beat, right? They lost. Let's see who let us down. Vandy got beat. Georgia got beat.
But Ole Miss won last night.
Yeah, Oklahoma got beat. Texas A&M and Missouri and Texas. That's who let us down. But Ole Miss, Alabama, Kentucky, Auburn, Florida, Arkansas, and Tennessee still rolling.
Right. And Tennessee's got a really good team. They got the three-point shooters. That's our biggest downfall in Arkansas. We don't really have any real good three-point shooters. In fact, he's our best. This 7'6" guy, he's our best three-point shooter.
The only bad thing about Tennessee, I hate this. They're going to play Kentucky, so we'll lose one that night. I don't like that. I was hoping they were
in Indianapolis.
Yeah, they're going to lose. I was hoping
we'd lose.
Why
we already beat them twice.
We need to play Purdue, and then Kentucky needs to play Houston. That would be better, but that's not the way it works out.
But I want to tell you one thing about your show. Man, I missed you while you was gone. It was like my best friend moved away.
Well, you're going to miss me a lot. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this. My roommate in college has been busting my butt because I know what it is, though. He wants me to take all those trips with him because I have to pay half of it. I figured that out. But he was like, man.
That means he's going to stay on the show. That's what that means.
Going nowhere.
He keeps going. He keeps going. You're not going to get this time back. All these things you want to go do, and you're sitting up there doing a dang radio show. Which I really don't need to do it, but I enjoy coming here with.
You love this.
I love being with Wildcat, Randy, and Michigan Eddie.
Sometimes Dr. Mitchell. Sometimes.
You got a good group. The whole bunch of them make the show.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
The guys that were on when you guys were gone, I tell you, I turn them on, I have to turn them off. I couldn't go over there arguing with each other all the time. I didn't like that too much.
Yeah, we do that between breaks. They were nice to each other.
Even when you do it on there, you do it nicely.
Yeah, that's right. We were sweet and kind. But I got to be honest with you. My back usually hurts a lot. I know you said a lot of good things about these other two, but my back hurts a lot after the show, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
No. Well, good luck to you, man. I hope the Arkansas, I hope they can get it done. The Texas Tech. How you feel about that game? You think Arkansas going to get it done?
Yes. I think he finally got it together. He got McFarland back, and they're actually playing as a team, and they're not doing all these 3-point shooters. That's the biggest thing. I was watching the game the other night, and every time one of our guys would shoot a three, they were showing the picture of his daughter sitting beside his wife. And every time we shoot a three, she would duck her head because she knew we was going to miss it.
Did you see how emotional she was after the game? I felt so good for them. I thought that was awesome. Yeah. Awesome. What we need to have.
We paid enough for him. We paid $8.5 million to get him there.
Yeah. Well, he's worth it. Listen, this is what we need. Out of the East, we need Bama to win it. Out of the West, we need Arkansas or Florida, one or the other, to come out there. I got to be fair about that one. And then the other one, the Midwest, we want either Tennessee or Kentucky. And then the South, we want Auburn. I can't say Ole Miss. It's hard for me to do that.
Well, Florida will beat us.
Florida's going to beat a lot of people. Yeah.
No, I think. Well, I kind of think Florida's going to be in the final.
Yeah, I got them winning it. I got Florida winning it all. Hey, listen, we got to go. We got to take a break. Right. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the kind words, and you have a great day. Okay.
All right, I'll call you back later in the week.
Sounds great, man. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Chad, what do you got for this? How much time we got? Great update. That's probably, you know what? That's probably the best one he's done
He
yet.
does this to me every week.
This is one of the best
Get prepared.
updates.
Every week.
Do your homework and then
Yeah, and then
Nothing.
do nothing. Yeah.
When we get back, we'll have Chad Mitchell's
I'll sum it up.
FSU update.
I'll sum it
But
up.
right now, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about some of our wonderful people, like Jason Kovaleski. Do you want to feel better, look better? Max Fit Sports Nutrition.
You'll clean it up.
Number one. They're unbelievable. You know what I love about them? It's all natural.
What's in this bottle?
What did you put in there? Hey, you know how some doctors like to write prescriptions? You know, this gets you. This place, it's all natural. There's no side effects. Everything they do is incredible. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Jason will be with us tomorrow. If you having a hard time sleeping, they've got something for you that really is outstanding. They do a great job. They got two great locations, Pier Park, 23rd Street, and the legendary Dr. Ward every Wednesday at 7:30. He was at the games. He had a great time. Maybe that was, wait a minute, that was SEC tournament. I'm not sure he went to the games. I'm going to go back on that. I can't remember. But anyway, we'll have him on tomorrow, Wednesday at 7:30. If you're having a problem with the skin, look at his skin. If it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, he needs to go. You got to make an appointment with Dr. Ward. They're all over the Northwest Florida. They're everywhere. If you're listening right now, there's an office near you. Don't put it off. Go see Dr. Ward. 5 minutes can save your life. Seriously. If you're a female, you really got to be concerned with breast cancer and skin cancer. That's the two most that they have to deal with. And it can be deadly, but 5 minutes can save your life. Dr. Ward's the guy you want to go with. We'll be right back. Chad Mitchell, Wildcat, Eugene Wildcat, Smitty. We get back.
What are we going to come back with? FSU, or are we going to do Florida?
We're going to do FSU, a little bit of Florida.
Gators.
Whatever Chad wants to do.
We're going to do FSU and Florida.
All right.
We can just take your time. We'll bump it on down to the next segment.
Yeah.
We'll do whatever you want.
That way we won't have to do Alabama.
No. We're doing
Alabama update.
Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide.
The Atlanta Braves are back.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win.
And ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for Braves country.
He just wrecked that thing. Straight away center, a homer for Riley.
Sales, Strider, Acuna, Ozzie, Riley, Profar, and Coach Snitker lead a stellar lineup. Listen live nights and weekends on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and mostly clouds and a high of 69 with a gentle breeze around 10 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, a mixture of slight fog and some clouds with lows around 63. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 73. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Panama City, are you ready for March Madness and the best crawfish in town? Head to Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar. Watch 4 games at once, all tournament long, on the largest TV in Panama City. Wear your team gear and score big. Buy a drink, make a basket, win a free drink. Plus, unbeatable specials. 3 pounds of crawfish with corn and potatoes, just $25. Buckets of beer, $12.50. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
That boot store reminds you with the warmer weather usually means spring is just around the corner. That boot store will help you celebrate any time of the year with one of the widest selections of Western wear in the area. They can fit the smallest to the largest, so bring the family and dress up Western style at an affordable price. Carhartt work clothes are available too. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5, Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30. Next to Bill Burke at 15th Street, that boot store where God is good all the time.
Give them a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. From the J. Michael Studio, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! We love love that Florida fight song. Chad, what do you got on FSU? Let's do a little bit of FSU first.
We're trying to do the FSU.
Hey, if you want to call and interrupt this, please do so. 215-6290.
Are you kidding me?
I have to answer. Don't say I have to answer all of the complaint line phones. That phone line right there is a complaint line.
That's fine. Listen to it.
Well, let's get started. Let's at least do. I'll do the FSU
come on.
quickly here. Anyway, the thing to note is the women's basketball over the weekend in the tournament. They beat the George Mason Patriots 94-59, and that advances them to play LSU today. So it's going to be a great game, FSU versus LSU. Something we are all.
I like the coach at LSU.
Looking forward to, yeah. So now on to baseball for FSU. They are 20-3. They took 2 of 3 against Miami this weekend, and really, it started on Thursday. They won 14 to 1 in 7 innings. They won, or they lost. I take that back. They lost on Friday, 9-6 to Miami, and then they won 10-6 on Saturday. So they took 2 of 3. The next game up is Florida, and remember that in the Florida update.
Now, is that game going to play in Jacksonville or is it in Gainesville?
It looks like it's in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
and it's at 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. So Florida FSU in baseball. Now,
Chad, hold your thoughts right here. We have a very important phone call.
You asked for it. So
and you know you want to take this guy once you hear this beautiful voice. His body's incredible also. He's a pretty man. Let's bring him on right now. Robbie, how you doing, sir?
Easy, big boy.
Good morning, guys. Is this a brand new show?
Every show is brand new, Rob.
And just found this show, but
oh,
it's called
No, it's the same old show.
Hey, tell me something. Where's the LSU Florida State women's basketball game at?
LSU, baby, and she spent some money. I think it's sold out. I think she bought the head coach bought a lot of tickets for the students, and so I think it's going to be a sellout. LSU's good now. LSU's good.
That's my question. Is and what regional is this?
I think it's
this
South.
is the Spokane.
They're playing in that.
Spokane, Region 1, Spokane. And let's see. Hold on, I can tell you where they're playing.
Baton Rouge, baby.
Yeah, Baton Rouge. He's right.
Yeah,
what do you know?
Like always.
He's right for once.
Yes.
That's what. That's my question. Is that why are we giving people actual home games in the tournament, the NCAA tournament, and they're playing. They play at home. So how is that? I guess they're doing this because of the SEC conference.
Absolutely.
They don't want
Absolutely.
So it just seems weird to me that they talk about we should get the same and everything else, and then yet they don't travel. Half the teams don't travel because they're playing at home. I mean, I don't understand why they do this because. Oh, yeah, I do, because there's nobody goes to the games unless they're played at home.
Thank you.
So, but anyway,
all about the money.
So now back to baseball, something that really matters.
Okay.
Florida got swept last weekend, and this weekend they lost 2 out of 3
to Georgia. Yeah. They gave them a lot of runs.
Georgia's not bad.
Georgia's a home run king. Georgia's a home run king.
Right.
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, and then they play Tuesday night. FSU plays them Tuesday night at Jacksonville. So, but anyhow, I just wanted to rub y'all the wrong way this morning. So,
Rob, you brighten our day every time I hear that voice. You could not whatever you say in that beautiful voice would never ever. It's always good. It's always appreciated.
Well, I'm surprised with this weather coming in sometime this midday. I'm surprised you even came back to town.
Well, I didn't know it until it was too late. I said, dang, I didn't know that stuff was going to hit today.
He's also got this spot on his forehead. I think he needs to get checked out.
Right here. It's skin cancer. I already know. Yeah, for real.
You all talking about your mom?
He got some spots. He got some spots. He needs to get checked out. I'm not sure.
Rob.
Well, it's glad that y'all are back. Hey, on your Wild Kingdom thing, you need to find out about Gulf World out there.
Yeah, we're doing some investigation. That honestly, I was undercover last week. I had to do some undercover work. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. It's going to be huge. It's deep.
If you go out there and swim in that green, if you go out there and swim in that green water, you'll be at the bottom of it. With them poor dolphins.
You know, it's a federal offense to mess with those dolphins out in the Gulf, but yet they can get away with it under aquarium circumstances. That makes me mad because I like dolphins.
The people that used to own it took care of it. They were the ones that really got a lot of the laws passed that you could not feed the porpoises anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, have they taken all their attention to saving the sea turtles, the cold-stunned sea turtles, and just let the poor dolphins go by the wayside?
Just
keep it right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The answers are coming. The answers are coming.
Coach is on the job.
We'll let you know when it's going to happen. Maybe. You have to keep listening, okay?
Hey, what else is coming up? We saw local baseball.
Let's talk FSU softball. So they swept Duke this weekend, 12-4, 12-11, 9-2. They got Stetson next. That's Wednesday at 3 p.m. And that's in Tallahassee.
Our women's sports are pretty good.
Yeah,
the rest of it.
Yeah,
the rest of it.
The softball team's 29-5.
The baseball team's coming around. They're not bad. I've listened to their game. Watched the two Miami games that were on TV. They look good. So I'm still debating on red. I tried to find out this weekend. I'm not sure that stadium's going to be ready for.
It better be.
All the Alabama fans.
I need 2 tickets. Yeah. Rob, give me 2 tickets.
Bring your. Hey, they got those new rocking lawn chairs now, so you can bring your. I guess you can bring your rocking chair.
Hey, I shouldn't ask you, Rob. I shouldn't ask you for help. Chad Mitchell owes me 2 tickets. Chad, I want 2 tickets to FSU Alabama game. Tennessee Alabama. You remember that? Do you remember that, Chad? Did I not take care of you?
When was that?
He knows what I'm talking about. He knows.
John, do you remember anything about that?
There's plenty of them on the secondary market. There's plenty of them on the secondary market that you can get. If you get your tickets, call me and I'll tell you how to get there, where to park, and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, I will. I promise.
Yeah.
I will do it.
Because I can't. You got to keep that a secret, because if everybody finds out, then there won't be no parking spot.
My word's like oak. You know that.
Yeah.
Rotten oak tree. Fallen oak tree.
That's what I'm afraid of.
All right, Rob.
Hey, I'm glad y'all back. I'm glad everybody had a safe weekend and a safe holiday, and go Noles.
Sounds good, baby. Bye-bye. Thanks for calling, Rob. Appreciate you, man. Let's talk about some of our wonderful people. Turpo Pest Control. I remember Patrick coming in here last Monday talking about Troy. What a tough game it's going to be for Kentucky. And I remember saying, Patrick, if Kentucky loses to Troy, that'll fire everybody up there. We're talking about Kentucky basketball versus Troy Trojans.
Only reason
it's
totally
different.
Win.
Totally different.
Was to motivate them. You see, I motivated them, and so they didn't just win.
Was I right?
Won overwhelmingly.
Was I right?
Yeah.
They
won.
Thank you. Okay. That's all I wanted you to hear.
You didn't have much to say about the other game.
Yeah. Turpo Pest Control, because I wasn't right. Turpo Pest Control, #1. You want that yard to look beautiful? Patrick can make it happen. He'll be in here today. He might not come in now. He's probably mad at me. But he'll be here in a little bit. Looking forward to that. Hey, you know what? Beef Braised Lynn Haven. I love Pat. I love those people down there. Pat Perno, City Commissioner in Haven, does an incredible job. But you want great meal. You want great atmosphere. You want to go Thursday night, watch Bama play BYU and all the games right there. But because there's TVs everywhere you look, it's Beef Braised in Lynn Haven. Go check it out. You will have a fantastic time. Great chemistry, great service, great food. Beef Braised at Lynn Haven. And when you're through it there, go down and see Russ and Amber. Get you some fine jewelry. Where can we go, Wildcat?
David Adamson Jewelry.
Thank you. Thank you, Wildcat.
Yeah. Hey, go to Lynn Haven, Highway 77. You can create, order, and have a beautiful engagement ring put on her finger in 10 days, and you can do it for a lot less money. You know, gold's at an all-time high right now, but you can still get a good deal at David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
Did I look bad that he kept looking at me and said my face?
Now I got him paranoid. It was awesome.
I'm going to zoom in on him.
No, do not zoom in.
Have Dr. Ward check you out on Wednesday.
I will. And thank you for caring about me.
I knew that would get him worked up.
We'll be right back with something you're really interested in. Roll Tide. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Does Aaron Rodgers want to stay in New York? If you wanted to go to the Steelers, you probably would have gone to the Steelers. Cam Hayward had something to say.
Either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. That's simple. That's the pitch.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying. You're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't lower yourself.
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore a vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida. If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Alabama Update is brought to you by the one and only Stevenson Air Conditioning. We're talking locals. We're talking people who grew up here in this beautiful Bay County. They went to these high schools, elementary, middle schools, that know the people, that love it here, that are very, extremely honest, hardworking people. They're there for you anytime, day or night. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. You want your power bill to go in half? Do you want to save money every month on your power bill? It's Stevenson Air Conditioning. They have done it for us. Chad Mitchell's bought new units. I've done it. No, I will never use anybody but Stevenson Air Conditioning. We're going to get ours serviced in June and December. I do it twice a year. And it saves me big time on my power bill. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Alabama basketball. Let's talk about the Crimson Tide. What happened? Bama, the number 2 seed, beats Robert Morris. Is that it? Who they played? They played some powerhouse names.
90-81, they beat them.
They looked really strong in that game. 90-81, they took care of business. Then we were kind of concerned because St. Mary's got a good ball club. Alabama gets it done, 80-66.
It's the first time all year that anyone scored 80 points on St. Mary's.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But the thing about it now, they're not going to be able to get away with missing shots like they did in that ball game. This game could have been even worse. They missed a lot of shots, especially the first half, a lot of threes, even a lot of buckets up underneath the basket they lost. They didn't make them. That's got to improve to go forward. They've got to be an all cylinders, ready to come out quickly, play extremely well the entire game, not beat themselves with turnovers, because they had a lot of turnovers. They looked sloppy at times in the game. I watched it yesterday, but they got a big win. So Bama now, they move on. They're in the East. They've got BYU Thursday night, and then they win that ball game. I'm hoping they're going to get Duke, the winner of the Duke-Arizona game, which I think will be Duke. Wouldn't that be awesome if we get Bama to come out of the East, Arkansas or either Florida out of the West, probably Florida, and then we would get Tennessee or Kentucky out of the Midwest, which has Houston playing Purdue, Tennessee playing Kentucky, and then the South, you got Auburn, Michigan, you got Michigan State, and Ole Miss. You got 2 teams in the Sweet 16 from the great state of Michigan, and Alabama and Auburn have made history. I'll talk more about that tomorrow, but both those ball clubs from the great state of Alabama. So the basketball team's rolling along. They're hot right now. It seems like everything's going the right direction. This 2 more wins, baby. Let's just get this Final Four. We need 2 more wins. Before we get more in depth into the Alabama update, and the quarterback from Washington is tearing it up there from everything I'm hearing. He's looking really good, 6'7". Max doing a good job. But let's bring on someone that you all love, you all want to hear, just not now. The one and only Michael. Good morning, sir.
Buenos dias and feliz lunes, is Miguel. ¿Cómo está?
No.
What did he say? What?
Yes, he said something and he said, "Do we understand?"
No, I didn't. No.
Okay.
Who's going to win?
All right, well, here it is.
Who's going to win in Indianapolis, Mike? That's all we want to hear. Who's going to win in Indianapolis?
The Pacers. They're at home.
No. Don't
I don't want to
there.
talk about Kentucky, man.
No, don't go there.
Gato Montes.
Kentucky, Tennessee. Ooh.
I'm scared of them, man, as always. But you know what? Here's the good thing. The Kentucky fans, they'll probably follow better than Tennessee. But I think Tennessee's just better than them. But I want to talk about Alabama, man. Y'all got to play the Cougars up there, the BYU Cougars. They have been red hot since February 11th. They are
strong team,
very
physical team.
Very strong.
Yeah.
But here's what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about football, baby. Y'all are taking on.
Tide. Go ahead. You said football.
Please don't cuss me. I want to talk about C.C. Kiffin. I was lambasting him to a friend of mine who's a coach for Vandy and Tennessee. I won't call his name, but anyway, he's still alive, almost. But Kiffin, he's playing Georgia State, and I was like, man, that's sissy. Everybody else is playing. Tennessee's playing Syracuse, and Texas is going to Ohio State and all that stuff, and y'all are going to FSU. But what happened was I forgot. That's the game, Wake Forest, which I'm sitting right near, and I've been in their stadium. I'm not really impressed with them. I told them when they lost to Virginia, I said, y'all better not bring that crap up against Ole Miss next week. Well, they did, and then they bought out.
Yeah.
So that's why they're playing Georgia State. They're in the Sun Belt Conference, which, by the way, I want to say this, since it's Alabama. Troy did not play well against Kentucky. They could have tied them at 23-23. Dude misses the backside of a 1-and-1, and then Kentucky goes off.
Yeah.
And Troy was unwilling to there was a 7-footer driving down the lane about 2:45 for Kentucky. Now, Tennessee will do this. They'll run up and kick him in the coñones. You know, it's another Spanish word. But Troy was unwilling to. I thought they would.
Troy has a lot of class.
They do. They do. They have a lot of class, man. And I went to several classes up there. And in fact, I had to take accounting 1 twice, and I had
still
to take
need a lot of
macroeconomics twice. But anyway, we'll go there. But I just want to say one thing. I love Auburn. There's a new sorority up there. It's hey, you know where I'm going, don't you, Doc?
I'm just thinking about Keith Jackson back in the day.
Epsilon Betas. Have you ever heard of that? The Epsilon Betas?
No.
The entitled Bichons. Anyway, I love Auburn. Go Auburn, sort of. But beat Michigan. I hate to tell Eddie that, but I can't say Wolverine in Spanish, so I just call them the Big Rats. But
it's pronounced Wolverine.
Roll Tide, War Eagle, Go Vols. And how about them hogs, man?
Wait a minute.
I tell you what, they're hot, man.
Wait. Now, I know this is Alabama Update, but he mentioned the Wolverines. Like, didn't one of their guys get caught spying on females?
Yeah, they did. And I shared that.
A little locker room hijinks.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. I'm going to let the Buckeye boys address that.
Hey, he was hoping he was at an all-gender track meet. But he wasn't. Anyway, I don't go there.
Before you get off,
talk to Jim Bob tomorrow. I don't want to do tomorrow's show today, but Jim Bob and Jason, you know, it's kind of like SEC. You know what they say in Ohio? How they cheering for him now? They say, "Hail to the victors, valiant Hale." Anyway, it's kind of like Vandy saying SEC.
Yeah.
Y'all have a great day at the world's most beautiful beach. It's raining on my head right now. And
hey, before you get off, can I ask you one question, please? Let me ask you this one question. I was very disappointed in friends, acquaintances, and just the hate towards the SEC when we didn't start off very strong. You know, we had 14. And 7 of them lost, and we got 7. A record 14 made it, and then we got a record 7 making to the Sweet 16. Why the hate? Why can't we just build our team up, pull for our conference, and have respect for everyone? Why do they badmouth the SEC basketball?
I said it a long time ago, can't we all just get along? But anyway, 43.75% of the teams in the Sweet 16 are from the SEC. And the ACC's got, well, they really got 2 because Maryland, they still claim them because they have to. Yeah. But they've got 1. Now, it's a very good one.
Yeah.
And you should respect and maybe fear them because you might not get to go to San Antonio, Alabama because of that team. Mm-hmm. That team is serious good.
Yep.
Anyway, let's enjoy life this time of year. Be glad
let's pull for everybody.
Yeah,
let's be sweet.
It's a time of peace. It's Lent, you know.
Yeah.
And I bought a woman a Krispy Kreme donut and a coffee for Lent the other day, and she said, "Oh, you're such a big spender." Anyway, I love you guys. Y'all be cool. It's raining on me right now. I got to go.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. Thanks for interrupting Alabama Update. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alabama, Sweet 16, 3 straight years. Unbelievable. Great job of Coach Oates. And we're going to have to play the best we've played. We cannot miss the shots underneath. We got to hit threes. They're a very physical, big team. BYU, I think we're quicker. I do think we have a shot. If we hit our threes, we're going to be in great shape. If not, turn out the lights.
Yeah.
So we shall see how it plays out. How much time I got? Baseball, Alabama. Well, here's what happened Friday. Alabama baseball Friday, March 21st. Alabama 8, Kentucky 7. On Saturday, it seemed like a replay.
It is a replay.
No, it's not. That was the Auburn. That's the Auburn score. Auburn, Kentucky. Let me get my Alabama notes out. Here's what happened in basketball.
And we played
the number 1 team in the country, and they're great. They play Tennessee. And I actually thought, wow, we're good. We're ranked. We had a great record going in this series. But Thursday, it was misleading. Alabama won 6-5 over the number 1 team in the country. And I thought, wow, maybe it's our year in baseball. Friday didn't look so well. Tennessee 10, Alabama 7. And then Saturday, Tennessee 9, Alabama 2. Tuesday, Alabama will play, I want to play North Alabama. I think it's North Alabama. It might have been South Alabama. I think it's North Alabama. Bama has a game Tuesday. But again, basketball, great job by the basketball program. Keep it rolling.
That Alabama baseball game, I mean, it's 7-10. They scored some runs. Maybe their defense flattered a little bit. But
they gave up 10 on Friday. They gave up 9 on Saturday. They scored 7, and they scored 6 on Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday they couldn't score.
Sounds like they got a bullpen problem.
Yeah.
It seems like they got a problem with Tennessee. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some of our great people. I love Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're number one at what they do. Not even close. Not even close. If you're looking to get yourself a new roof, there's only one place to go. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design, they build. Residential, commercial, they're incredible. TK Vandy Roofing, number one. You need a new roof? Go with Kyle Vandergriff. They do unbelievable work. Hardworking, great prices, honest, wonderful people. TK Vandy Roofing. Of course, you know who the mom and dad are. Legendary family, the Vandergriffs. Also, do I have time to do one more?
Of course.
Thank you. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. Today's specials, red beans and rice, is incredible, but they got the best seafood, the coldest beer, great burgers, steaks, pork chops, you name it, they got it. The legendary J. Michael's Studios in Panama City Beach. We shall return with the Auburn Update, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Hey, Paul, I want to get in the caller bracket.
Well, I have not seen it, but let me ask you this. How many calls have you made to the show?
Oh, Paul, come on now. Probably 25.
Okay. Well, Peacock, I just checked with Jamari. He said right now you're in the NIT, but we still have another hour.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and mostly clouds and a high of 69 with a gentle breeze around 10 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, a mixture of slight fog and some clouds with lows around 63. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 73. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ready for a great deal? It's Ready, Set, Go time at Panama City Toyota, where you can get 3.99% APR on the perfect combination of sport and utility in the new RAV4, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 1.99% on the ruggedly refined Tacoma, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. And get 1.99% on a new Tundra, named the best resale value in its class by Kelley Blue Book. Ready, Set, Go.
Offer ends March 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com. Stowe Bros Self-Storage, offering convenient, clean, and affordable storage for all your needs. Secure your items hassle-free with excellent customer service. Simply go to www.stowebros.com now to reserve your unit today or call us at 850-250-4414. That's 850-250-4414. Stowe Bros Self-Storage at 2726 East 15th Street for local service that can't be beat. Give us a call or rent storage online today at stowebros.com.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy.
I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending. Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna, all you Auburn Tigers, war damn Eagle. And we're a lot of them. There are a lot of them more Eagles throughout the Panhandle of Florida, and they should be extremely proud of what this basketball team is doing. Before I get into basketball, I do want to cover the baseball real quick, and I said it wrong a minute ago. Baseball, Friday, March 21st, Auburn, 8, Kentucky, 7. Saturday, Auburn beats them again, 8-7. And then they took it on the chin Sunday's game. Kentucky won that one 6-0. Auburn will play South Alabama Tuesday, March 25th, 6 o'clock. And basketball, ooh, Lordy, basketball. They are the number 1 seed in the nation. They look really strong. Now you got to look at their playing, but they look good. They played up in Lexington, Kentucky. They dominated up there. They killed Alabama State 83-63. And then they played Creighton. They beat them 82-70 after Creighton had beaten Louisville 89-75. Now, Auburn will play against the Big Ten cheaters, Michigan. That game will be played in Atlanta. That place will be a lot of Auburn Tigers. It'll be packed out with Auburn people. Ole Miss people will be there. They'll travel pretty well. And I think Michigan State, they travel pretty well also. So it's definitely going to be a sellout. Chad, I do understand you already have your hotel room Saturday night in Atlanta. Is there any truth to that?
I don't know.
There is. This game against Michigan will be played Friday, March 28th, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Listen to it. Watch it on TV. Listen to Andy Bertram right here. We'll have Andy Thursday morning right here at 8:15 talking about this big, huge ball game. I got Auburn. I think Auburn's going to win these games, make it to the Final Four. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I do think they're going to win it. But I still have the Florida Gators winning everything. I still like Florida to win the national championship. Does anybody agree with that? You see the Sweet 16. Am I crazy to still pick Florida to win it after we all know who's in it now?
Florida's got a great chance. Florida's hot, so hopefully Auburn gets hot. I hope all the SEC teams get hot. I'd like to see the Final Four be all SEC teams. I mean, that's a
I feel pretty good about Florida beating Maryland, and I think I feel pretty good about them beating Arkansas, even though I like Arkansas.
Their tougher game will be Maryland.
Mm-hmm. I think
Maryland
so too.
starting five's one of the best in the country, but they don't have a lot of depth.
Am I crazy to say Florida can win it all?
Yes. No.
No.
I mean, they can win it all.
Am I crazy?
You're crazy.
You're crazy, but just not crazy saying that. Yeah.
Go Gators. Go Gators. Auburn. If Florida doesn't do it, and what worries about Auburn and Florida, Florida kind of has owned them this year. They've owned Alabama.
That means Auburn's
they've owned the
too.
state of Alabama. They've owned the state of Alabama. They beat both of them. They beat Auburn, Alabama, at Alabama. But Sweet 16 from the great little bitty state of Alabama, we got 2 powerhouse teams in there. Could Alabama luck up and win this thing? The way they looked last night,
they're not going to be able to luck up and win it. They're going to have to.
Yeah, they're going to have to play better on both sides. They looked at times against this game last night, St. Mary's. They looked sloppy at times.
Sears has to play a lot better.
Yeah,
his last 3 or 4 games, he hasn't been shooting it well or playing well. Even in their last game, that they just won. If he doesn't turn around, I don't think they can win it all.
All right, Auburn, Michigan. What do you guys think about this one?
Michigan put it on A&M. I mean, it could be a tough game. I don't know how they match up. I'd have to study that.
Well, the matchup, so Michigan has 2 7-footers that are good. It's going to give Auburn a little problem on the inside. They're going to have a height advantage. But if Cardwell can stay out of foul trouble, he can match up with either one of them. Janai Broome is going to be the other. It's really going to go to Auburn offensively. If Chad Baker-Mazara or Miles Kelly really don't shoot the ball well, then the game changes completely, because the teams that have beat Michigan can shoot a 3 decently and then go inside. If Auburn's not shooting the ball outside from the perimeter, which they haven't in this tournament yet, it's going to be a tough game for them. Really
wait, that game's Friday. 9:40, 8:40 or 9:40 our time?
8:40 our time.
Okay, 8:40 our time, 9:40 Central Time. Chad, you'll be up late that night in the great city of Atlanta. Did you get your Atlanta tickets to that one? I'd like to go see that one. Thank you, Chad. Okay. This was as of March 19th. The best chance to win the national championship. Kind of interesting. Number 1 was Duke, 24.5. Number 2 was the Auburn Tigers, 14.3. Number 3, Houston, 12.4. Number 4, the Florida Gators, 11.3. They're all still in it. Out of those four, who's going to win it? If those are the final four, who wins it?
Well, don't forget about you got Kentucky, Tennessee playing.
I'm not. You didn't listen to the question. These are four. Let me say this one more time for the doctor.
I did hear the question. It doesn't make sense.
You have four teams with the highest chance to win the national championship. Duke, 24.5, Chad. Auburn, 14.3. Houston, 12.4. And Florida, 11.3. Does one of these four teams win the national championship? And if so, who of these four? Dr. Chad Mitchell.
If I had to pick one, it'd be Duke.
Thank you.
They're pretty good, but I don't know.
If I had to pick one, but I don't have to.
It's hard to pick.
Well, that's the reason we're asking you to make hard questions.
Well, I don't want to pick Duke, but Duke could definitely do it. I go Auburn.
Okay.
I don't think Duke will be in the finals.
Ooh.
I think Houston beats them. They have a better defense.
Okay.
Houston right now, as far as the teams remaining over the whole season, has the best defense.
I don't hear you say Alabama beating Duke. I didn't hear that. Did you forget that part? Not going to happen?
They've still got to get by their first game.
BYU?
Yes.
That's going to be tough, man. They're going to play a lot better than they did this last week.
Sweet 16
Who's going to win? Are those four? Do they got it right? Is that the Final Four?
My Final Four, I've got Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston.
And you got it like they do.
In the final, I like Houston on their side, and I think it's a toss-up between Auburn and Florida.
There's going to be an upset somewhere.
Yeah.
There's going to be.
Yeah.
It's in one of these regionals. There's going to be an upset.
I think you're right.
The one that is going to be the interesting one, I think, is going to be the Arkansas game down here Friday night or Thursday with Texas Tech. Arkansas got their best player back right before the tournament, and he was supposed to play 15 minutes.
Yeah.
he finished that in the first half of the first game. Fland, he is a special player, and everybody was kind of curious as to how he was going to fit in because he's been out so long and how the team. I think he added the sixth man, except now he's the starter again, and he's a creator similar to Sears and some of these other guys that you just can't put a tangible thing on him.
Can you believe when Arkansas played the game? Who's the coach I love?
St. John's.
Yes. Who's the coach though?
Pitino.
I love him. I love him as a coach. I mean, I know everybody's got faults. All right,
he's
12.2 average million watch. That's like watching a big college football game. 12.2 million. That's a lot of people watch a basketball game, and it was because the two coaches, the two legendary coaches,
that came from Kentucky.
Yeah. They all learned their trade from Kentucky, Memphis, and other places
at their prime.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Kentucky ran off two of the best coaches ever in college
That's exactly what he said.
Well,
thank you,
here's
Patrick.
what happened. I mean, there's a little background there.
Well, let me ask you this.
We have a reputation.
Was I right about the Troy, Kentucky thing? Was I right?
Yeah.
I don't like bragging. I don't ever bring things to back up.
Why I took Troy.
He picked Troy because he listened to you. I
didn't say Troy would win the game. I said they would give them props.
I think we can play it, but I didn't say they could win it. No, you said they could win it. They could win. You didn't say they would win it. That's true.
I just did it to motivate my Kentucky players.
I know.
I said that.
Coach called. Thank you. Yeah, it did.
But I'll say this: Kentucky in this NCAA tournament has upped their offensive performance and their defense performance.
Yeah.
They were second to last in the SEC in the regular season in defense.
Their defense is
in this tournament, they are playing outstanding defense. That is the biggest difference.
Yeah. Well, I got Arkansas beating Texas Tech. I got Florida beating Maryland. I got Alabama beating BYU, and I got Duke winning. Houston will win over Purdue, and Kentucky is going to beat Tennessee again.
Yeah.
I think it's mental. Yeah.
It's a matchup.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah. And down in the East and the South, it's Auburn all day over Michigan. Yeah. I don't care how tall they are. They're Michigan. They're the Big Ten.
So, you look at some of these teams.
You got Ole Miss, you got Michigan State. What help me with that one?
I think Ole Miss is playing great basketball right now. Michigan State with Tom Izzo is just. I don't know if Ole Miss will outcoach Michigan State.
I don't think so.
And that plays a huge factor in these games.
Chad, Michigan State, Ole Miss. I might have to go. I got to do my SEC thing, but
I don't know. I mean,
Michigan,
Ole Miss
he's
can
a
be
great
scrappy
coach,
at times. I mean, I've watched them play, and they can be real scrappy, and just the whole dynamic of the game's off. So, Michigan State's playing well. I mean, you can't say they're not, but I think that could be an upset. I think Ole Miss could take them.
All right, let's hold our thoughts right there. Patrick, what's the best way to get up with Turf Pro Pest Control?
Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. We can get the yard green. It is that time of the year to put out the fertilizer and get those bugs into check. And you can also call us on our local number at 850-890-5820.
I want to go Beef O'Brady's, and I want to have a great meal. I want to talk to the city commissioner that's unbelievable. That's Pat Perno. Oh, wait a minute. He does also own Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. You want to go watch all these great basketball games, the craziness of March Madness. Do it right there at Beef O'Brady's. Have your ice cold tea, beer, whatever you prefer. Have a great meal, great atmospheres,
hang out with fun
and
people.
just wonderful people over in Lynn Haven, Beef O'Brady's. Before I even go there to watch the night games, I want to go get something special. I want to make the mood right for that loved one.
If you have that special woman that you want to make your special bride, they have a special deal for you at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. How do you like that?
I thought that was outstanding. And also, don't forget about Local 115, historical downtown Panama City. Jill and I was there. I think we were there either Sunday or Saturday. I can't remember what day it was, but the food was incredible. She got the crab cakes, the best you'll get anywhere. Local 115, Harrison Avenue. The place is unbelievable. Hall of Fame is right there. If you played sports in Bay County, your picture's on the wall. If you're a cheerleader, band member, anything, your picture's probably on the wall. Go check it out. You'll love it. Local 115. The gumbo is outstanding. Everything's really good down there. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
Panama City, are you ready for March Madness and the best crawfish in town? Head to Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar. Watch 4 games at once, all tournament long, on the largest TV in Panama City. Wear your team gear and score big. Buy a drink, make a basket, win a free drink. Plus, unbeatable specials. 3 pounds of crawfish with corn and potatoes, just $25. Buckets of beer, $12.50. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
You don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
I'll never forget this. Chad used to walk in those bars, that music we playing, that white and laser suit he had on.
That swagger.
He had it, man. Everybody knew he was a woman's man. There ain't no doubt about that.
He walks in the studio. He's still got that.
He does. We ought to watch him when he walks in the room to get ready to operate. I mean, everybody, it's amazing. You just kind of dominate the room when you walk in. I don't know.
I really?
You had it. Bear Bryant had it. Saban's got it. Chad Mitchell, the three pretty good men right there.
He cuts me off, John. I can't say anything. I try to talk, and I get cut off. You know, I dominate the room. All right.
All right. Let's bring him on. Right. Let me ask you this, Chad, seriously. Would you call and support a team that you got this psycho that's
they're always
hacked into female athletes, imminent photos? I mean, what's with Michigan? What? I mean, seriously.
They're spying on everybody.
They spying the girls using the bathroom and everything.
I wonder if they work for Biden.
I wonder if they knew what sex they were looking at.
This is sick. Now, have you read the latest? It's sickening. It's sickening. Let's bring him on, the one and only Michigan State Eddie. Good morning.
Sparty himself. Crickets.
He couldn't handle the heat. Did he hang up?
No, he's still there.
Michigan Eddie.
There you go. Now you said the right name. I don't go by Cal Tipperville.
Yeah, it's not what they call you; it's what you answer to, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to give us some information?
I do not condone all that stuff. We fired that guy as soon as all that stuff came out, and that's pretty sick. So I can't defend that dude, and that's sickening. And a lot more is coming out on that. So that's just, but they took care of that, nipped that in the bud, dismissed him from the program, and I thought it was just he was trying to. It's blowing up, so it's pretty bad. So there's nothing more to say. He's just a dirtbag. I mean, and it wasn't just female athletes; it was male athletes. It was like non-athletes. It was like
pictures.
I just read a little bit about it, but that's bad. I mean, I don't care if he's a Michigan fan, I'm a Michigan whatever. I mean, I got to call a spade, man, and that's bad. I mean, that's not good. So.
Does this hurt, with Michigan have to forfeit the national championship and the Big Ten championship? It's just even more damaging. What about basketball? Is this going to affect the basketball? Are they going to come back and find things on the basketball program next?
Eddie, that's what happens when you let lead get in the water up there.
Yeah.
People
start doing crazy stuff.
And Dusty May we trust. I don't trust Coach Pearl at all. And I'll tell you, all you guys taking Auburn just a stampede over Michigan, you guys are crazy as a bowl of Fruit Loops. And all we do is just win close games. We just win. And we had a little bad stretch at the end of the year, but it was for the better because we're playing. I mean, we were at Angelo's Steak Pit celebrating Alexa's birthday. Her happy birthday, Bubby, today. She went back to Florida yesterday, so it was a good weekend for her because her Gators won and all that. So good on that. But I was there, and I guess some Texas tourists were there, and I was kind of nervous. Wasn't really watching the game, and we weren't playing good. Then all of a sudden, Michigan's up by 9, and I'm like, wow. So I mean, man. Michigan took it to the SEC again. We're like 10-3 against SEC. Hopefully we'll make it 11-3 come Friday. And I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow for work. And I was hoping they'll be playing on Thursday night, but it just so happened they're playing Friday. Both Spartans and Wolverines. And by the way, do you think SEC is going to take over Atlanta? You're wrong. Who's got the biggest alumni association in the world?
Alabama.
Who? No.
Auburn's going to dominate over there in Atlanta.
Oh, you're a crazy bowl of rocks. Golly.
Michigan doesn't travel.
That place is going to be all maize and blue, man. All maize and blue.
Speaking of your Michigan Wolverines, let's see how smart he is. He'll know it because of the school. All right. What most wins in the NCAA tournament? Most wins, you get in a tournament, how many wins? Who's got the most wins?
Michigan State.
God, pretty good, Chad. Who is it, Michigan Eddie?
It probably would be Spartacus. Tom Izzo, he's got his team rolling come tournament time. He's a great coach.
That gives him some credibility.
Give me the other three. There's three other top four. That's pretty good. Give me three more. That's who you got. Michigan State. Who else you got?
In the tournament, you got to be UNC and Duke.
What UC? I thought he was going to say UCLA. What'd you say? He said UCLA?
UNC and Duke.
UNC and Duke. Okay. Give me one more name.
I would have to say they're kind of falling off, but probably the Qs.
Who?
Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Kansas.
Terrible. The number one team, they're tied. Most NCAA tournament wins with 134 from the great state and the great conference, the great state of Kentucky and the SEC.
Yeah.
They're tied with North Carolina. Who is next? Who's number 3, Michigan, Eddie?
Well, I said Duke, and I was
you're
wrong
right.
on Duke,
You're right. No, you're right. Duke.
I was right on Duke.
Duke is 3, 124. Who is the last? Last one.
UCLA. Really?
No.
Wow.
Their colors are blue and red and white.
Red, white, and blue.
The land, they live in flat country. Tornado Alley.
Kansas.
Oh, that'd be Kansas.
Kansas, yeah. That's your 4. I just, Kentucky's got 134, tied with North Carolina, 134. Duke's got 124, and Kansas has 117. So.
Oh, Michigan, Eddie. Michigan's 0-2 in the versus the SEC this year.
We're not talking football. We're talking basketball.
They lost to Oklahoma and Arkansas.
Oh, my God.
They lost a close one to Arkansas. I watched that game. That was a pretty good game. So, and Arkansas, I mean, they're playing good too. I mean, they're looking good.
Yeah.
So, and then did you watch that Maryland CSU game last night?
Yes.
That was phenomenal. And I didn't know Angel Reese's brother was a senior on Maryland, but that Queen freshman phenom out of Baltimore,
he's good.
That was an awesome shot, man.
It was an awesome shot.
And I watching that CSU parents of number 10, that was man, they were stressed
He's
out.
putting me to sleep. He is putting me to sleep. You too. Hey, thanks for the call. Chad, what else you got on Florida?
Don't hang up, Eddie.
No, don't hang up. Go ahead. What do you got on Florida for us today?
So, of course, the basketball team. I mean, we've been talking brackets. Florida beat Norfolk State 95-69, and then go on to beat UConn 77-75. Obviously, they're playing Maryland. We've been talking about it here the last several minutes. Anyway, that's on the 27th at 6:39, and it'll be on TBS or True TV. And I like Florida's chances in that one.
Absolutely.
I think they're the better team. We'll see. Maryland's playing good ball. Next for Florida, the women's basketball team is in the Women's Basketball Invitational. They're not in the NCAA tournament. And this, I hope I'm saying her name right, Kenza it's Salgi, I think, or something like that, or Salgs. Anyway, she hit the buzzer beater to beat UNLV in the Women's Basketball Invitational to win that game. Not a whole lot to talk about since they're not really in the NCAA tournament, but I thought I'd mention it. And then the Gators lose 3 straight this weekend to Georgia in baseball. And let's see, the Lady Gators softball team had the weekend off, and guess who they play next?
Lady Gators?
Yeah.
Alabama.
UCF.
Oh, God.
I get them in every time.
I should have known.
Every time I get them in, one way or the other.
That, you know what, Chad, going back to baseball, that surprised me. Florida got, Tennessee handled them. Now Georgia's got them.
Georgia's pretty good. I mean,
yeah, they can swing the bats like no other.
Yeah.
Home run kings, Georgia Bulldogs. They got a lot of home runs. All right, Miss Katie, you still there?
I'm here.
All right, we got to take a break. You going to hang up? You going to hold on?
Hold on.
Whatever. All right, that's always some of our great, I love him, I'm just kidding. Some of our great people, the legendary Jay Michaels, the legendary Chad Mitchell. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you? If we have any time, knee pain, joints, our shoulders, our knees, our hips, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
You know what's amazing? All these people that call in here that we've had on the show, all their family members have been, you've taken, Michigan Eddie's son, the Baker boys, Garrison, Colby both, Jeremy Hester, all everything running back at Arnold. I mean, you have touched so many lives in a positive way. Your healing hands are incredible, kind of like mine. Why did you laugh, Wildcat? Why did you laugh? Patrick, what's the best way to get up with you? I want the yard to look beautiful. I don't have a party get together, but I want the yard to be gorgeous. What do I got to do?
Well, give us a call on our local number, 890-5820. We can get out there, get some fertilizer on that grass, get the grass turning green. And then you can also message us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
And I tell you what, I absolutely love Steverson Air Conditioning. They have saved me so much money over the years. When I bought a brand new unit, they came in, we put new lines, and we did everything top to bottom. Told me what to do with the window, everything to save money on your energy bill. They tell us. They know. They're incredible. They're local. Stevenson Air Conditioning #1. Don't even think about anybody else. It's Steverson Air Conditioning #1. Love Jason. We'll be right back. Wildcat, Patrick, and the legend, Chad Eugene Mitchell. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. Man, is there anybody in sports right now that meets the moment like Shohei? It is very messy. And MJ, and Tiger in his prime, Steph and LeBron. Dude meets the moment. And never forget this. Get no ego with Otani. I don't know who's stopping this freight train.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and mostly clouds and a high of 69 with a gentle breeze around 10 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, a mixture of slight fog and some clouds with lows around 63. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 73. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting is a fifth-generation contracting company based right here out of Bay County. TK Vandy's expertise in commercial and residential roofing, as well as a design-build general contractor, set them aside as a versatile and fresh alternative to achieve your construction needs. Contact TK Vandy Roofing, 850-866-9908, or email support@tkvandy.com. They can't wait to help you.
From the Vortex Springs to the Bear Paw Canoe Trail. From Shell Island to 30A. We're your home for live sports. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Chad Mitchell. Hey, we just beat the heck out of you. Jammer, give them. All right, we're back live, 104.3. Did you want to, Patrick, you want to say something about Mosley High School?
Yeah, Mosley High School, they had their fishing team went out and went to Lake Seminole this past weekend. Tanner Page and John Tillman won the tournament with 11.76 pounds.
Wow.
And Big Fish was Mason Daniels with 4.82. For people that don't understand what the high school fishing is, that's one of the biggest things in high school sports now. When these guys typically go to a tournament, this was an inter-school tournament, but they'll be going to a tournament here soon, and there'll be 400 anglers.
Wow.
There'll be 200 boats competing. There's teams that come from all over the state that will fish one lake.
There's a collegiate level, too.
Well, this
Would that
is
be a
start.
state championship? Is that like
No,
the
this
state?
is just a regular tournament, but they do have a state championship. They do have ways to go on.
Wow.
There are scholarships given for fishing. And on that note, this past weekend, the Bassmaster Classic was held. That's the Super Bowl of bass fishing. The kid, young kid, about 22 years of age, just out of college, Eastern Fothergill won the tournament and set the all-time record with 76 pounds over 3 days for 15 fish.
Wow. Crazy. Let's bring him back, the one and only Michigan Eddie. I got a question for all three of you, all four of you. Listen up, Wildcat. If my son was playing and he said, Dad, what do you think? I said, son, you're going to go play for Kirby Smart. I love him. He's going to bring out the best in you. He's an unbelievable man. He's an unbelievable coach. He develops players. It will be tough on you because everything they do, they're going to push you to your max. But the problem is the players now in college athletics, they have all the power. The coaches don't. They have more power than NFL players. The players do. They don't have to listen to you. They can go. They can do what they want. No school will give them a car, more money. But what is Georgia going to do about another player arrested, another 2 this weekend suspended this past week? Driving-related arrests continue for the University of Georgia. Over 20 players or 20 people associated with Georgia football have been arrested on driving-related offenses since January of 2023. The wide receiver just got arrested. Truggle, I think his name is. He was in. God, who was the other? There was another one. Now, this happened Thursday morning. Charges, reckless driving, speeding. He's been suspended indefinitely. Georgia had a defensive lineman, Easley, I think his name was involved in one on March 17th. Chad, what's the answer for Georgia when you've got – he's starting to take a little heat on this from the papers and media.
They can't help it. They're fast.
Let me call Kirby. Chad Mitchell said they're fast, don't worry about it. No, seriously, what can you do?
Stupid kids with a lot of money.
He's talked to them.
They need to teach them. They need to have a course in how to act.
Yeah.
In public.
And they have those there, Georgia.
With great financial responsibility comes social responsibility. And then make them take a course in how to manage money.
Kirby,
a full college course.
They don't go to courses now.
Kirby,
they do them online.
They don't even go to school.
And worked for the greatest. And they had all these classes when they come in as freshmen. All these they had all that.
Classes.
They go over all this stuff. And they kids just do what they want to do. I don't think there's an answer.
They don't go to classes.
Well, one of the things I think should happen is do like what Nick Saban used to do at Alabama. When they first come onto campus, have the talk about your decision-making and how it affects your income.
They do that at
later.
Georgia.
But one thing that Nick Saban did is he would bring in players and say, hey, because I didn't do this, I was able to achieve this. And then he shows players that were underneath his tutelage that are sitting in jail because they made those decisions.
Michigan Eddie, what can we do to solve Georgia's problems when it comes to players being arrested? Or any university, there's no, the coach doesn't have any power with these kids anymore.
They need to do what the NFL does when they, before their pre-drafting, they go through a course and all that stuff, how to manage money, how to act in public, social media, and all that. And they need to follow the NFL's model.
And have it in their contract, right, Eddie? Just like they do in the NFL. If you do something that disgraces the team or the name or the brand, then you get in trouble for it.
All right, how about fines?
Let me say this again.
To the
all these things you said, They do those at Georgia. They do them at Alabama.
They do fines?
They do everything. Yes.
Well, they don't do monetary.
Their fine is they suspended you. They're out.
Obviously not good
The
enough.
NIL money still comes in. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about. They do all these things you mentioned. All you guys have mentioned. They've got that in place. They've done this for years. It's just you can't control them anymore. They can leave. So what? A great player. You suspend me, I'm going to go play at Auburn. I'm going to go play at Florida. And they'll take them. If they're a great player, they'll take them. I'll go play at Southern Mississippi. And they're going to still get their money.
You should become ineligible.
Now, the NIL money, I'm not sure if they legally can take their money away from them.
I'm not talking about taking their money away. I'm talking about if you get caught doing this, it's a $50,000 fine to the player.
That's taking your money away.
No, school.
It's a fine. I don't think there's no way they can do that right now. There's no contract. It's not with the university. It's with
the problem is all of this is so secret, and we don't know if they have a contract.
Right.
We don't know what they've got.
I think you could have the SEC come in as an organization and set a set of rules and say, okay, if you get caught drinking and driving, it's this. The fine is this, and it's an automatic suspension of this, and start going down. So it's not a school by school, coach by coach rule. If you're done, and the thing about it though,
it's an SEC.
It's not just a football thing.
It should be an NCAA rule.
Right, but for the NCAA to do something, you're going to have the league start doing something. And then the leagues will push the NCAA to do it. And you got to have some type of
we could do a whole show on this, a whole show on contracts.
Till they get them
a lawyer, get a lawyer. They
have to make these guys employees. That way, they're under a contract. They can't go play at somebody else's school until that contract is done, or they can fire you, fine you, and everything else. So they do that. We have no control.
So here's my question. If Georgia's having so many, is it just a good kid that made a bad decision, or is it poor character people making bad decisions?
There's great athletes making bad decisions.
Well, but it really goes back to the character of the person.
It always does. It always goes back to
direction coming from somewhere.
Now that character can change.
Correct.
They can learn not to be that person, but it all goes to character.
Every one of them have been some type of dealing with driving. Can you? Michigan, help me, man. I'm not getting the answers I want of this group. Help me, Michigan.
Maybe Kirby Smart should get a contract with Atlanta Motor Speedway and be able to take them down there once a month, and they can just race around the track.
That could be a class once a week.
They should out to Vegas and do the Richard Petty experience to get all the
20
miles an hour.
They have one in Atlanta.
That makes it worse.
Atlanta Speedway, yeah.
But think about Texas is giving away Lamborghinis. They're not having issues like Georgia's. It's like Georgia's really kind of the one that's having all these problems. I know maybe we're not hearing about the other
not
ones.
just anybody can drive a Lamborghini. They're a stick shift, and they're not easy to drive.
Takes coordination, right?
It takes a great athlete to drive those. You better be a great one. You ain't getting one.
Some of those cars, and I've driven some.
Because you're a great athlete.
They actually have paddle shifting automatic transmissions. They're not that hard to drive.
All right, Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Patrick.
Hey, fellas, if you want to watch the games this weekend, give us a call this week. We'll get the yard taken care of. Your wife won't get on to you. Call us at 850-890-5820.
And listen to Michigan Eddie weekly right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Awesome.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament plays here.
4-3. Got it.
Listen to the men.
The San Diego State Aztecs